Hello adventurers, do you want to be able to do this? Do you want to have a full control of your car? You don't want the car computers to interfere with your driving. You want to disable the traction control ABS and just have a pure fun when you off-road? Then sit back, relax and enjoy this episode with Bu Zayed. So what is traction control and why do you have to disengage it when you go off-road? Traction control is basically helps your car avoid a rollover or sliding, especially when you drive, let's say, on snowy roads or a wet road. One of your wheels probably might spin faster than the others, so the stabilization control and traction control will try to apply brakes on the tires that spins more to help it gain more traction on the road and keep you going without sliding, especially when you go on corners. Now when you go off-road, this ability will stop you from having all the fun, and actually it might be dangerous. So for example, if you're going over a dune and the traction control sense that you're actually sliding, it will apply the brakes and all of a sudden you might even roll over or you might get stuck on the sand. It's just because the electronic stabilization system doesn't recognize that you're actually having fun. Now to deactivate the traction control, there are 3 levels when it comes to the Jeep JK. There is the button that you can press to deactivate the traction control, and there are 2 levels to it, and there is the fuse that you can take out, or you can install a kill switch, and I'll be showing you all these methods and explain to you what's the difference between them. This is the traction control button. Once you press it one time, this is what will happen. You get the traction control off sign on your dashboard. Now this will only deactivate the system about 30%, so still the system will engage once you over slide on the dunes or if your tires overspin. So the second method is to press and hold the traction control off switch for 5 to 8 seconds until you hear the beep, and you will see the electronic stabilization control off comes up here, as well as the traction control sign that comes on the dashboard. With this method, you have deactivated about 70% of the system. However, again, depending on how hard you slide on the sand and your tires rotation, your system might re-engage again the ABS or the traction control. So if you want to deactivate the system entirely, there are 2 ways to do that. First one is by removing fuse J6. So you come up to your fuse box over here, open it up, get your fuse removal tool, and this is the J6 fuse over here. So with the tool, you just come up like this and you remove the fuse. Now keep the fuse somewhere safe so you don't lose it, and close your fuse box, and let's see what happens in the car. So I'll start the car right now and see all the indication that will come out because I have removed the J6 fuse. So now you have the ABS light is on, as well as the traction control light is on. So once you see those 2 lights, it means the system is fully deactivated, and now you can have all the fun you want and the system will not interfere with your fun. Once you finish your off-roading, then make sure to switch off your car, put back the fuse exactly where it was over here, and put back the fuse removal tool back where it was. Then start the car. Don't put the fuse while the car is running because your traction control won't come back on. You need to switch off and on your car so the system can recognize that the system is back on. So the last way and my favorite way to deactivate the traction control and the ABS system is through a kill switch. And just to give you a basic idea, the traction control and the ABS are all controlled by a unit that is placed just underneath here. You remove the screws on both sides and you can open it up and you see the unit, as you can see on the picture here. From the unit itself there is the harness that supplies the power to it, and we need to kill the power to that unit. And the harness goes all the way from the unit down here, it goes down here and all the way to the engine bay. Now we need one particular wires in that harness, which is a purple with a light blue stripe on it. You can cut the wire from any position that I just mentioned just right now. However, for an easy access, like what I did, is you come all the way down here and you pull that harness over here. This is the one. You open it up and you will see two purple color wires, one of them with light blue stripe and one with dark blue stripe. You want the light blue stripe. You cut that wire and then you basically insert a switch in both sides of the wires. What I did is I connected my switch over here with, I extended some wires over here and I connected my switch over here, and I kept it as part of my set here. You can select any switch you want, as you can see in the picture, or some other switches, whichever you like, and position the switch wherever you like. Some of people like to hide it somewhere, or you can keep it visible. It's all totally up to you. So when I turn on the kill switch, this is what will happen. You see, I got all the signs out, which means the system is deactivated right now. Now, very important points if you want to basically restore the system back. If I go ahead and click the switch off again, nothing will happen. I will still have the system deactivated. So what I need to do is I need to switch off the car, switch off the switch, and then turn on the car again, and now you will see all the signs goes away, which means the system is back on. Do you want to be able to do donuts on the sand and have all the fun? Then follow these steps. First, deactivate the traction control. Then make sure you're on a 2-wheels drive, not a 4-wheels drive, so 2-wheels drive. Then change your gear to the first gear and release the handbrake, and now you're ready to have fun and make all the donuts that you want. So this is it when it comes to deactivating the traction control, the ABS, and how to make donuts. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you have any questions, please leave it down in the comments, as well as if you have any requests for any more tips and tricks when it comes to off-roading, please leave it down in the comments and I will be covering them on my later episodes. This is Bu Zayed, and see you on the next adventure.